Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the vlog. This is Car Connections. Make sure he's Fred. All right, so let's do a quick check. I've had this car over about a month and a half, have about 1,300 miles on it. I can't think of an issue, guys. Hatch is working, doors on lock. Oh yeah, that's the only thing. That's the one. There it is. It's the sensor to the keyless entry to your key. It tends to get it sometimes, and sometimes it just doesn't, operate correctly. So you have to take out the key out of your pocket. But if that's the only thing relative to what a lot of people have been reporting on related to this car, I think I'm doing pretty good. Just a couple of impressions on the car. The car does come with a custom setting, and you can, it's what it says. You can make the propulsion, you can adjust the suspension, you can adjust the steering feel, so on and so forth. And I've done that, by the way. But what I'm noticing is, I like it in track. I like everything in track but my suspension to be in sport. And when I put it in there, it's not vibing that well. And what I've noticed is leaving it in the predefined, settings that they've built into this car tend to work out the best. What do I mean is this car comes with track, sport, drag, and auto, right? Defined by Stellantis around how this car will be delivered. And I think those settings have been really tuned very well by Stellantis, i.e. Dodge. And even when you use the custom settings, i.e. let's just say I put custom and I put it all in track, and then I put it on the track one provided by Stellantis, there is a noticeable difference. The track setting provided by Stellantis is way better tuned than, say, if you did the custom setting and put a track across the board. The car drives like a Dodge. I've owned the Charger and the Challenger, and it drives like one. It feels like one. Car also brakes extremely well. The brakes on here are massive, as you can tell. A very, very good job on the car. So no issues there with brake fed or anything like that. It's gone to Mexico a couple of times. It gets up to speed fairly quickly. Can't tell how fast you're going. I do like this angle right now you guys are looking at. It has a beautiful hips on the car. So very well designed, very 1970 Charger retro vibe. And as I mentioned before, a lot of people are not buying this car because it is an EV, and I totally get it. It works for me. I don't mind any issues. I have a Charger, literally a Charger to charge the car with no issues. But I think the car is really gonna sell extremely well once they drive the Hurricane engine or even a Hemi engine. The car is gonna sell extremely well, and just get ready to roll up your sleeves, like I mentioned before, to have those battles at the dealership when that happens. And I mean, inside, no creaks or rattles. The only thing from a technology perspective that I'm noticing, it kind of cuts off the Apple CarPlay. Tends to certain parts throughout as you're driving, the music kind of cuts off. But I don't know if it's my phone having a connectivity issue, which is causing some of that to happen. But I have noticed that issue internally. The other thing I will tell you is related to the infotainment itself. It is a little slow when you click on certain things, but again, nothing really to whoa, it's a game changer. I'm probably not gonna buy the car because of that. Besides that, guys, again, we've taken this car around here in Houston with the wife and kids, and just to give you a pulse, I'm about 186 feet, and my son's almost 6 feet, and he fits behind me perfectly fine. So it's, she's big. So if you're looking, say, to try to get an excuse to get into an electric car that's a good daily driver, this might be the right fit. Great incentives right now. I think OC Motivator and TK Garage and Butter, I get their point of view, and I think they just, really dogged this car. Granted, I also am aware that there's been a lot of issues with the car, so it's a fair point. I'm just, call it blessed so far that nothing's happened with the car. But the car is fantastic, and I did have a major update on the car. They did a stop sell on the car before I bought it at the dealership, and once they did the update, which took about 2-3 hours, they were able to release the car to me, and again, I have had no issues with it. Also, I've heard the issues are related more to the RT. This is the stage 2, and I've heard less issues with this specific spec. That might be the case. What do I say? I say there's a lot of YouTubers really beating this car up because it's an EV. I don't understand that. To me, it's perfect. And again, maybe I'm one of the lucky few that it works perfectly fine. I've had no issues. Range has been actually really good. And you know, all these bloggers, honestly, what they've done is dropped the car prices on these cars where nobody's buying these cars. And so what it's doing, it's giving folks like myself that do like these type of vehicles the opportunity to get a hell of a deal, to the point that you really don't even have to go in there and wrestle anybody to get a deal on a car. They basically are basically almost giving these cars away, guys. You know, I got almost $23,000 off this car. I did not do a purchase. This is a lease. It's a 10,000 mile lease, 30,000 over 3 years. And again, great payments. You can get them under for $500 on these cars. And I've heard there's people getting them for like $180, guys, for the RT spec. So those YouTubers have really smashed the value of this car completely down. And you know, Dodge, i.e. against Stellantis, has been doing a lot to do some firmware and updates on this car that I believe has actually solutioned a lot of the issues the car has been initially happening. I've been watching some other YouTube vloggers related to this car, and they are no longer reporting issues with this car. And I think there's still that stigma out there that the car is absolutely unreliable and you shouldn't buy the car. And it's pressuring Dodge Stellantis to continue to drop the value on this car. All this to say, guys, that if you're in the market, this is a really, really good car to have. I would say more of a secondary car, as a great daily driver, commuter to work. You know, and you just can't go wrong, guys. It's 260 mile range on it. Again, just get home every night and charge her and you'll be perfectly fine. You can carry the family, you can carry 4, you can carry even 5 people, probably 3 people, 3 kids in the back can fit, guys. And it rides really nice. You have different suspension settings. It can ride like your 1980s, you know, Cadillac, really, you know, wibbly wobbly. Or you can tighten up and put it in track like I tend to drive this car 99% of the time, and it stiffens up the suspension. It's not my Camaro ZL1 by all means, but it does tighten it up and it makes the car feel a lot better. And again, for the value, $85,000 car, under $500 with about $1,500, you know, due at signing. Pretty tough to pass. And highly recommend you jump on it because the word on the street is a $7,500 EV tax credit is going away. So keep in mind that the dealers are giving discounts of up to $23,000. And that does not include the $7,500 EV tax credit that, again, helps get the price of this car to, you know, under $500 depending on the trim. And that's a lot, guys, for you know, call it $85,000. You get it for under $500, and you're getting a lot of power, guys. 0 to 60 in about 3.3 seconds, 650 horsepower, and all the practicality with the huge hatch in the back. It's just, I get it. It's risky for a lot of people, but I think Dodge has corrected a lot of the issues people were reporting on this car, and that's just not the case anymore. And I think people are going to wake up to the fact that this is actually a really good daily driver secondary car. And I think Dodge is going to figure out that they've solved or solutioned the issue. And who knows? What I do know is that when they drop that Hurricane and that V8 Hemi, I think people are really love the style of this car. A lot of people are just EV, you know, it's like kryptonite to people. I don't know why. To me, it's just another form of propulsion. It's just a different type of vibe. And again, I'm not trying to compare it with my ICE vehicle. These are totally different cars of their, you know, league of their own. But again, you just step back a little bit. You do have to step back a little bit. And I get so influenced by people online. And as long as they make the right updates, man, I have no issues. The car has never left me behind, hasn't bricked, hasn't done any of the issues that people are reporting online. Guys, just a quick little wrap up of owning this car for a little bit over a month and a half and around 1,300 miles. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if you have any comments, thoughts, or anything you guys would like to see on the car, or anything else that maybe I've missed that you guys might find relevant specific to this car. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you've been on the market and you've been kind of standing at the sidelines, this might be your time especially as the $7,500 EV tax credit will be going away. And if you've been on the sidelines, this might be the time for you to step up and just go ahead and make the purchase. All right, guys, appreciate it. Peace.